Alignment charts. 9 boxes, 9 distros, relevant 9 years ago. And we're starting off with our true neutral, Linux Mint. Mint is genuinely the most inoffensive, unopinionated, accessible distro to exist. Like it's the one thing Indians, Pakistanis, and Bangladeshis can agree on. Just because it's boring doesn't make it bad. French fries are boring, but what are you gonna do? Be one of those psychos that just eats their burger on their own? Whether you're on Craigslist for your first ThinkPad, or you've spent a few years on the rice farms, just want to settle down with a good distro, start a family of ThinkPads, Linux Mint will welcome you with open arms. Neutral evil, Ubuntu. Many moons ago, Ubuntu used to harbor a very special place in my heart. A place that was only reserved for that feeling you get when you watch Disney movies, or when you manage to fart away a stomachache. But after the canonical nation attacked, it's never been the same, forcing the community to use snaps, which is closed source by the way. But at the end of the day, it's still a stable distro, it's usable, and if you hate yourself enough, you can use it on the cloud. Lawful good, Pop OS. Pop OS is that high school exchange student everybody loves. It's definitely lawful. Drive at the speed limit in GTA kinda lawful. Drink 2 liters of water every day kinda lawful. Do the dishes before going to bed at a reasonable time kinda lawful. And it ships with pretty good hardware. It's stable, fast, and has an up-to-date kernel. Lawful neutral, Debian. It works. I have nothing else to say. You know that 2006 Corolla your friend's been driving for the past 10 years? You guys have been memeing him. Well, he's saved 500k. He's locked in. He's about to retire, travel the world. He actually has a sleeper built under that fleece jacket. You want to get stuff done? Use Debian. Sure, you might be like 6 years behind on the latest and greatest. You might be like a 30-year-old trying to understand TikTok humor, but that's okay. The meme brain rot highway isn't for everyone. Take your time. Smell the roses. Lawful evil, NixOS. NixOS is incredible. Text configuration, package sandboxing, incredible software availability. It definitely sits on the lawful side of things, but it's a little too good to be true. It's like the Patrick Bateman of distros. Like I can't tell if the aura is comforting or mildly disgusting. Sure, I mean it's entirely open source, but where's your guarantee that that open source maintainer isn't G10, or even worse, an Emacs user? You really want to use an OS made by a guy that uses Emacs? Neutral good? Fedora. Now hear me out. Don't associate the users to the software. Just because a bunch of Redditors made it their bootloader for incel posting doesn't mean it's all that bad.
I tell you what though, folks, that's bloody nice.
You want to know who uses Fedora? Linus uses Fedora. That has to mean something. DNF literally stands for does not fumble the Linux bag. I mean, for everything in life, remove Reddit from the equation and it's a pretty solid product. Chaotic good? Gentoo. Gentoo definitely sits on the good side of things, but it's just a little bit chaotic. Like sure, there's the fact that it takes a whole year to compile anything. Then there's the fact that I need to summon the patience of Buddha to let my Zoomer TikTok brain read the friendly manual. But I think the biggest chaos factor comes from the fact that if I were to use Gentoo on like a plane, and I don't know, start compiling Python from scratch, as a very brown looking man, I'd get yeeted off that plane faster than I can say use flags. Chaotic neutral? Arch. Arch is definitely chaotic. It has the learning curve of playing Elden Ring in Latin, but that doesn't necessarily make it evil or unlawful. A little bit of chaos never hurt anybody. Name one software that brings together furries, femboys, neckbeards, and average software engineers.
Mom, cancel all my meetings. Looks like Arch Linux.
Chaotic evil? Manjaro. Why is it chaotic evil? Because this chart doesn't have a category called dog poo. Manjaro is a mess. It's a social experiment more than anything. Their solution for expired SSL certificates was to literally roll back the clock. But hey, do you want to be a lawfully good developer? Then try out the sponsor of today's video, boot.dev. Boot.dev is a fully online, self-paced, learn-to-code platform. It has a core focus on teaching back-end development with Go and Python, and it's designed entirely like an RPG game, with XP, levels, achievements, and a global leaderboard. Boot.dev is incredible because it combines 2 key concepts of learning, gamification and hands-on learning, and hands-on puts it lightly. Boot.dev has you shipping code from day 1 of the courses. I've been using Boot.dev to learn more about Git, and I came to find out that this course is taught by one of the very best. Oh, and by the way, you don't need to pay for any of this. All the content on boot.dev is free. The paid membership only unlocks the gamification and interactivity features. Don't believe me? Click the link in the description box and use my code BIGBOXSUI to get 25% off your first payment for boot.dev. That's 25% your first month or your first year, depending on the subscription you choose. Thank you so much to Lane and boot.dev for sponsoring this video, and thank you for your time. I am Big Box.